Ready when you are, Chair.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Before we call this meeting to order, we will hear instruction on how the public may access Spanish interpretation.
Good afternoon. We're offering live interpretation in Spanish during this meeting. If you wish to hear Spanish interpretation, please click the interpretation button at the bottom right corner of your Zoom screen. You will see a globe icon. If you're joining via the Zoom smartphone app, select your language by clicking More or the three dots in the bottom right corner of your screen. Select Language Interpretation, then choose Spanish and click Done. If you wish to hear only the interpreters and not the original speakers, be sure to click Mute Original Audio. Buenas tardes, estamos ofreciendo interpretación en vivo en español durante esta reunión. Si desea escuchar la interpretación en español, haga clic en el botón que dice Interpretation, significa interpretación, en la parte inferior derecha de la pantalla Zoom, y asimismo verá un icono del globo terráqueo, el mundo. Si se está uniendo a través de un teléfono con aplicación smartphone, teléfono inteligente, seleccione su idioma haciendo clic en More, que significa más, o en los tres puntos en la esquina inferior derecha de la pantalla. Seleccione Language Interpretation, que significa interpretación del idioma. Después elija Spanish y haga clic en Done, que significa listo. Si desea escuchar solo a los intérpretes y no a los oradores originales, asegúrese de hacer clic en Mute Original Audio, que significa silenciar audio original. Thank you, and back to the commission.
Thank you very much. With that, we will call this meeting to order, and everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, and with that, we will go ahead and move on to roll call.
Commissioner Riallo,
Here.
Commissioner Luxinger,
Here.
Commissioner Howard, Vice Chair Feiger,
Here.
and Chair Viorchik.
Here.
All present.
All right, thank you. With that, we will go ahead and move on to the public communications portion of our meeting. And this is the public's opportunity to speak on any item that is not on today's agenda, and any comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Do we have anyone in the audience? Seeing none, let's open it up to Zoom.
We'll go ahead and open up Zoom, our Zoom platform, for anyone who wants to provide public comment on any topic not on today's agenda. There are no comments, Chair.
Alrighty, in that case, we will go ahead and close public communications, move on to our consent agenda. And once again, we will open this item with public comment. Seeing none in the audience, let's open it up for Zoom.
Opening up Zoom to anyone who wants to provide public comment on today's consent agenda. Seeing nobody, no additional comments, Chair.
Thank you. We will go ahead and bring this item back to the Planning Commission. Do we have any discussion? If not, would somebody like to pass a motion?
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we will go ahead and move on to new business. And unfortunately, our first item on the new business will have to continue to our October meeting, which will be on October 17th at 3 p.m. And we will go ahead and move on to item 3 on the new business agenda. And we will hear a presentation from Mr. Hitchcock.
All right. I have to recuse myself due to employment conflict. Yeah, so see you guys in October.
I am also going to recuse myself due to an employment conflict. Thank you.
the record, John Hitchcock, Planning Manager for City South Lake Tahoe. The item before you is HR Acquisitions LLC Phase 2, Multifamily Residential Project, City and TRPMOU Project 24-107. The proposed project is located at 3794 Montreal Road, over by State Line. The project involves the construction of an 18-unit multifamily dwelling project. At build-out, the total project will include 30 units in total, including 2 TRPA-designated achievable units. As you may recall, this project site was recently rezoned by the City Council and TRPA Governing Board from Recreation to Mixed-Use District, allowing this project to move forward. The project also includes emergency vehicle hammerhead turnaround, on-site BMPs, and landscaping. There's also proposed fencing to restrict encroachment on the TRPA verified stream environment zone, which is located to the southeast of the project site. And although not part of this project, I just want to bring up the restoration of the old Colony site, SEZ. That's a separate project that is moving forward on its own track, which will be approved by TRPA. The city's not involved in that permitting process. Here's a project location and site location, just to orientate you. The project site itself is one subject parcel now. These were 2 parcels that were merged at one point. The actual project that's being considered today is the back portion of the parcel, the southeastern portion, which was, as I mentioned, recently rezoned. The 12 units will be located on this portion of the project site. Here's the proposed site plan. The project involves the construction of 3 additional units, building 5, 6, and 7. Building 5 will include 1 unit with 6-bedroom. Building 6, located just to the west, is 9 units with 18 bedrooms, and in Building 7, 2 units with 6-bedroom. The SEZ that I mentioned is highlighted here in green. The old Colony Inn site that's the SEZ is being restored is this portion of the site here. Does not include this project. I'm just including as context to the project, overall project itself. The front portion of the parcel has already been approved by the city. Here's an illustration, elevations of the proposed architecture, which consists of articulated facades, fenestration, also using pitch roof and using materials that are natural in nature and earth tone colors. Here an example of the color palette that's being proposed for the project, which includes using natural stone, natural wood, and comp shingle siding for the roof. All the proposed lighting will be required to have cutoff shields and directed downwards. Here's some visual simulations of the proposed project on the site. As you can see, it incorporates many of the features that are required by the Tourist Core Area Plan, which includes what I mentioned earlier, which are the natural materials, pitch roofs, and articulation of surfaces to create visual interest in the architectural aesthetic. As with any project, staff is required to make consistency findings with the general plan, the Tourist Core Area Plan, TRPA's regional plan, as well as the airport compatibility plan. The project itself consistent with city's policies for providing housing choices, which includes variety types, sizes, and price ranges, also providing for a variety of residential units, and also reuse of vacant, disturbed, and underutilized lands. The project's also consistent with the Tourist Core Area Plan and Tahoe Regional Plan. It enforces the Tourist Core as a primary tourist district. It also is compatible with the policies that encourages design compatibility with the desired TCAP community character, which includes using the natural materials, earth tone colors, articulation of surfaces, and pitch roofs. The project is located in the overflight notification zone. The applicant will be required to record a deed notice, essentially notifying potential tenants and sellers that the residential project is located within proximity of an airport that may generate noise. There are a couple permit conditions that are required in the city permit as well as the TRP permit. One is to install visually permeable fencing to protect SEZ. This is to reduce encroachment on the stream environment zone. Include additional short-term parking spaces as required by the TCAP standards. Staff is recommending that the applicant or the property owners enter into a contract to haul snow off-site. The site is very constrained, and at least from staff's initial review, there doesn't seem to be enough snow storage locations on the site itself. The applicant required to submit applicable enclosure housing ordinance mitigation fees for any structures greater than 2,000 square feet. Submit applicable TRP mitigation fees. Transfer the balance of development rights for each of the units. Identify and deed restrict 2 units as TRPA designated achievable units, and also obtain a TRPA approved soils hydro for the proposed swimming pool that's located on the site. Staff is requesting that the Planning Commission pass a resolution finding the project would not, with applicable mitigation measures implemented, have an impact on environmental pursuant to City Council Resolution 2024-048, which adopted the final mitigated declaration. Make the TRP findings set forth in Exhibit 1 of the Planning Commission resolution. Make all the findings set forth in the resolution and approve the major design review permit and the TRPA multifamily residential permit. And with that concludes my presentation, where Mr. Exline is here, and he does have a presentation also, and I can answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions for staff? Sounds like we don't have anything at this time. I had a question for the applicant.
Thank you.
Come on.
Commissioners, hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Just a couple of questions, actually. The first one, looking at the plans in terms of the multiple areas of tandem parking, do you guys have a plan for how that will be managed, or is it sort of just up to the people who will be staying there?
We do have, with the city's amendment going through, we have talked to the city and came up with a plan that if the amendment does not go through and the reduction of parking does not go through, looks very good now, but if that were not to happen, we have talked to the city about mitigating some of the parking issues and perhaps putting a bus stop in or some kind of transit card just for our units.
I see. Okay. Yeah, John?
I'm sorry. For the record, John, I guess I should expand. There was one of the mitigation measure. There's a provision that allows applicant they're able to record a deed restriction that makes them responsible for parking management on site, and that would include all the concepts that Mr. Wishmeyer brought up.
Thank you, Mr. Hitchcock. My next question is regarding the deed restricted units. Have you guys decided which units will be deed restricted? And considering you guys have a variety of 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, are you going to have one that's maybe a 2 and one that's a 3? Or what are your thoughts regarding the deed restricted units?
We're looking to put the deed restrictions in Building 6. We only have a conceptual design at the moment. We haven't really built out that building, but the 2 units will go in there. The 2-bedroom, 1 baths, or the 2-bedroom, 2 baths will be which the deed restricted units will be.
Gotcha. And then lastly, regarding the pool, I think it's a very nice idea for the complex. You do have the SEZ right near there. So in terms of the soils hydro, are you envisioning that this pool will be more built up to limit excavation, or what is sort of the depth you're looking for?
5 feet. Anything deeper than 5 feet requires a soil hydros
Right.
permit. Anything that is not that deep does not. So we are looking to raise it maybe a foot, that's the natural grade, and go down 5 feet. So we,
I see. So you don't need the soils hydro. So
Exactly.
your plan is to just avoid it.
correct. And
Okay.
we did do test pits at that area, and we didn't hit water till 9 to 13 feet. So it is a dry area.
Awesome. And then what is your plan, because I know you're under construction on phase 1. When do you anticipate starting phase 2 next year, kind of continuing, rolling right through from phase 1 into phase 2 as construction happens?
Correct. To keep the timeline somewhat organized so we don't have some units that are done years before other units are done. So we're trying to work through it right now. And financing is difficult without having the whole project approved. So we're, trying to just take one step at a time and just trying to keep things moving.
Perfect. Perfect. That's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, great. I had something to say too. Wrote
Yeah,
something up here.
go for it.
So, my name's Mike Wishmeyer. I'm the owner developer. I'm a proud 25-year local to this neighborhood and excited about the project. The project's going to bring well-needed visual relief to this area. Over the past 5 years, I've actively collaborated with the city, the TRPA, and the local community to ensure that this project aligns with all the shared goals. The TRPA regional plan emphasizes reducing vehicle miles traveled and incentivizing walkability. The city has the tourist core area plan, which is the primary goal is the revitalization of the tourist core. This concentrated area focuses on redevelopment, achieving better energy use, lowering the carbon footprint, reducing the vehicle miles traveled, and alleviating vehicle congestion, and minimizes traffic on city streets. Our goal is to provide 12 additional units on this 0.6 acre that borders a massive substation and that's inaccessible to the public. It lies directly behind an 18-unit development already approved. This parcel is situated in the tourist core, aligning with the city's desire for density, walkability to key amenities such as the gondola, the transit hub, the lake, the downtown, and the casinos. Throughout this journey, I've attended 10 public hearings, from the scoping phase to the governing board. Every step of this process has been met with overwhelming support for this project. And I'm overly enthusiastic about the positive impact this will have on the community. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, we will go ahead and open this up for public comment. Do we have anyone in the audience? Come on up.
I have to be honest, I'm a little disappointed I did not give you my presentation. I actually literally ran with an agenda change from the STPUD board meeting to here. But I want you to know that's how I show my commitment to the Planning Commission and my respect. No, but really, really great to be here. I mean, we touched on a lot of the different things. The presentation you had seen before, the amendment wasn't that long ago, and we're all pretty young, our memories are sound. Did I do that? Oh, okay. And so, I mean, really just hitting on the high points. This is a really good project. It's something incredibly important to the community, and it's at the very end of a long process. As I was in front of this body and next to the city council and then the gauntlet of the TRPA approvals from the amendment, as we were talking about the amendment, we were talking about the underlying project as well, fundamentally, from the SCZ restoration, the inclusion of deed-restricted housing, and then really scenic benefits that are associated with the project. From SEZ restoration to water quality improvements along Montreal, being financed by by private individuals is incredibly important in this time with challenging budgets and a lot of things that we have to take care of as a community. And so, private property owners, local individuals coming in, investing in our community, it's just incredibly important. This is, like I said, a really good project, many years in the making. Happy to answer any regulatory questions. I think John did an excellent job, and as did the staff report. And, this is the culmination of a great effort by Michael. And, I think really look forward to the vote and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. With that, we'll open Zoom.
We're opening up Zoom platform for anybody who wants to provide public comment on item number 3. Seeing none, no comments, Chair.
All right, thank you. We'll close public comment, bring it back to the commission. Do we have anything we'd like to discuss? No?
I think it's a perfect area for them. I think it's a perfect area for this project. It'd be a great thing for the community.
I think that Nick kind of summed it up in a great way, that it's, and I mentioned this last time, a few months ago when this came up, but it seems like it's been a lot of years of work and a lot of people's time and energy, and I think it's a great, hopefully, ending to this process so you can move forward with a great project.
Yeah, I concur. With that, do we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion. I make a motion that we pass a resolution finding the proposed project 1 would not with applicable mitigation measures have an impact on the environment pursuant to the City Council Resolution 2024-048, adopting the final mitigated negative declaration. Number 2, make the TRPA findings set forth in Exhibit 1 to the resolution. Number 3, make all other findings set forth in a resolution. And 4, approve the major design review permit and the TRPA multifamily residential permit.
I'll second.
That motion carries. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Bye. We're gonna see if we can bring back our other 2 commissioners. They haven't left us. Welcome back. Just in time for updates and announcements by city staff, if we have any.
Well, I'll speak for both of us. I don't think we have any. We'll see you on October 17th. So.
Nothing to report today.
Lovely. Do we have any planning commissioner updates, reports, thoughts? No? Okay. I just hope it keeps getting colder. And with that, we are adjourned.